Jeez. I'm still doing a little few things, but I can see you. Probably just like one more second, maybe. Definitely not one more second. A minute though. Actually, a little bit more than one more minute. See, I was planning on doing an iPad cam just a little bit, but I just realized I got tiny stuff that I don't think the camera quality would be good for seeing tiny stuff. So I'm just gonna take a moment to email myself what I was doing on my iPad to my PC. Does what work? I'll appreciate for y'all to use complete sentences sometimes or semi, cause I have no clue what context are you talking about. If you're wondering why my screen says like something like starting soon, it's still definitely starting soon. I decided to switch up at the very last second. So yeah. Okay. So I don't know why I had this plan. Just do it on my iPad because I do got an iPad. Can't but nah. Because if I was going to do it on my iPad, somebody will have a on purpose sneak peek of a birthday gift that's still incomplete but in progress. Whereas I guess you ain't gonna get a accidental / on purpose sneak peek. So you're gonna stuck with regular Clipsidia paint. But anyways, I have been working my brain over random stuff. What random stuff, you say? Well, I kind of scrapped my idea of making a comic. Not because I'm like scrapping it completely. It's just I don't want to draw let's say like the same background like 50 times. And like the same background like 50 times probably. What is this? This is confusing. I don't understand this layer. What happened if I delete it? Yes, delete it. Nothing happens. Okay, sorry, sidetrack. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I imagine like drawing comics, like he's basically drawing the same thing, like background wise, for like not every single angle, but basically every single angle most of the time could be within the same chapter or whatnot. But it's like in a game, I can only have to draw it once and I can repurpose it type thing for like each background scene. But I didn't think of of how much work that it will get put into that. But now that I've thought about it, I have made a list of priorities to do, and my priority is to figure out the user interface. Stinkfeet, is your Wi-Fi okay or something? Okay, but anyways. But like on the top of my priorities is like for designing game. It's like I gotta figure out the theme of it, and yeah, basically the user interface thing, like how it works and the functions, I guess. And so I was trying to sketch like what are scenes that can be functional. So each of these are like little thumbnails to come to be, and I'm going to explain some of it. So, well, of course, this will be like the title screen, and then it will go hit start. It will go over here, and I kind of like to just like this load, like you know, in like some games, it auto saves your progress. I want, or I want the auto saves to be right here, and then this will be like a little like room that you can click on. But of course, over here you start the actual game, and which I haven't like drawn what might be yet. But anyways, like if I had like the save games fully of like if you click on this, it will open up to this. You know, just trying to figure things out. Settings, pause me. I think all that was very simple up until I got to this part, because I wanted something unique. Like I want interactive rooms kind of. And I was like, how can I fit all of that without having a bunch of buttons? Like, technically, there is going to be a lot of buttons, but like, I mean, like a bunch of buttons, just like words buttons. Like, I just want clickable images in a way. So so here it's kind of, I call it like the player nexus, but technically the player's name will be up in here. But I was like the player's avatar, and then the stats they have, which is not really a stats filled game. It's more like what affinity points did you get from choosing certain questions, and if you get a certain amount of those points, you could unlock different routes. Because this is actually going to be like an interactive novel game. And over here, this is like basically the same thing as this. So it's like two places you can kind of click on. Well, technically, you click on this, and then this will pop up. As you click on this again, it will lead to rooms. Well, this room is connected to this room. Just click on the door, and I'm so happy for it, because I'm so happy about it. Just like the idea of it. And honestly, I'm going to actually be working on the items that will belong in here and what their purpose will be. Actually, where's my notebook? I actually wrote down a list of items I want there to be. And like these items gonna be like half Easter egg lore and half actual functionable. And let's see. My book. I wonder if you guys can hear me flipping through my pages. Okay. So basically, I want a diary / journal and somewhere in this room. It'll basically like with the entry logs. It's where basically you can like have a review of like the past chapters or scenes you have went through. So where would that be? I'm thinking about putting it somewhere on the desk. But at the same time, it's a diary or a journal. Let me choose a different color though. If you try to figure out why the colors are all over the place, I originally sketched it in purple. Then there's pink to give me an idea where will I what stuff I want to be clickable. Now I gotta think about what stuff to actually add. So I know like this computer, I actually want this to be settings, to open up settings, because there is probably going to be like a settings button like this somewhere, but in the room the settings button is literally going to be the computer, and instead of just this screen, I'll actually want to do a like a visual of the computer screen with this on it. But I'm gonna try to save that idea for later. Oops, I'm clicking the stuff at this point. I'm gonna just put a gear icon to remind myself this is settings. But at this point, we're just chilling for this. Okay, this is at the bottom of the layer. I need that to go on top of everything. Always in purple. Yeah, what about purple, huh? You got something against purple? Even though that looks like a flower. I'm gonna just go in this little spot over here. Just I'm dropping stuff. Where's my pen? I need that pen to draw. It's my special pen. Yeah, who doesn't like purple? Like, purple is my favorite color. Well, technically, see, I don't know how many times I sketched in purple on stream. Who knows, but let me just put this, like, maybe a little key. That's not what I drew in that little thing. Settings. And I did say I do want a journal, but it's a nice color, but I got an obsession with it. I do not. Okay, for journal, I'm tempted to either put the journal on somewhere over here or up here. Or maybe I'm not gonna put it right here because I think I'm gonna put a phone and a plant right here on the shelf. Yes, a plant has meaning. I'm gonna put a journal up here. It's nice and out of reach. The reason why I'm not putting the journal in this bookshelf because I actually want this to be like the archive logs, because I did not create a button specifically to go to like visit chapters you already completed. Technically there is kind of, it would be this map, but it would be this map that would be in here, but another place to go to it would be this bookshelf. Why does your audio keep going in and out? Maybe because your service. I don't know. Maybe it's because of your service. But so I think the bookshelf, not the journal should go up here out of sight. Not out of sight, but you know what I mean, out of reach for some people. I'm just gonna put a upscale rectangle, and I would just put J for journal because I will put D for diary, but I might forget. I not forget, but I feel like I might accidentally use D for a different letter for a different thing. So J for journal, and maybe calling a journal a diary may be a little bit cliche. If I can spell journal, journal. Come on, brain. No, that don't look right. Okay, whatever. And I think another thing is a mirror, but I would save the mirror for the bathroom because there's already so much going on in here. Yeah, I'll save the mirror for the bathroom. Over here is the mirror. Because for the mirror, I kind of like want to like display like the stats in a way. Like technically, like over here is what they don't like look like. Like this guy, he's like my chibi version. Like there's like a simplified version of one of the characters. His name is Marcus, and this guy, he may seem a little spooky, but he represents two types of affinity points. He represents curiosity, because there's a character, Aimon. Actually, I'm low-key thinking about changing Aimon's character just a little bit. Aimon's still gonna be Aimon, just a little bit different, but this thing represents curiosity, and that's basically what the player would notice. Is like the more points it will get, the more things the characters could notice and unlock certain routes. And this guy, He's one of my characters, Aaron. He's want to be like kind of one of the main side characters at the start, and he's just like kind of like friendship, and you can unlock like just like old lore, and it's just old stories and stuff from him, just on how much you get out of him. But that will display both over here and where's that mirror, and in here. But what's different with this mirror of what I wanted to display is that I also want it to have like maybe a static effect sometimes, because just think like when you think of when spooky stuff happens, I want some spooky stuff to happen in the mirror. And yeah, I might still have thought process to figure out with to do with the mirror being interactive. And then another thing I want to add is technically it would be like a radio music player thingy, but I might just not really add that in at some point, only because I don't think I'll figure out music so soon in the game, but I'll just put it up here just for now to get it out the way, to remember that it's there when I do get to music and soundtracks, even though I'm nowhere close to it. Radio. And then, of course, phone. We can't have a player without a phone. And do anybody know the game Mystic Messenger? If you don't, I kind of like love that game. Think of like kind of a dating sim, but not cheesy. But it's literally like in text messages. It's like you in a group chat with these people that like somebody accidentally hack you into this group chat, and then you try to figure out why you're here, but at the same time you're getting to know all these other players. Like you're just texting them, and sometimes it will have like phone calls with them, and then if it has like a special scene or not, or you get to a point in the story, you might actually get to meet the characters in real life. But in here, I low-key want like subplots in this phone. It's like you can keep up with characters you met, and maybe like unlock, oops, that's not a P, and unlock like random things that deals with characters personally. Oh yeah, I did say I wanted to have this like an archive, like a codex, to like revisit past chapters, scenes, and stuff. Let's see, A or C? I'm gonna use A. A for archive. Archive. No, I'm gonna put C for codex and chapter. Yeah. I'm gonna start with C. Codex / chapters. And of course, I would like to make this couch interactive. And like, why? It's like, what would the couch do? Well, the couch can invite invite side characters, like depending on what route you on. Like with the common route, I think you can only really invite Marcus and Aaron. Well, technically his name is Endor, but we call him Aaron. But like this, but it's kind of like a personal touches of getting to know the side characters a little bit more, or can gain some reassurance points from Marcus And if you're wondering what I mean by reassurance parts, one of the main roots in the story, like you can see he has a brow raised. Is his points is concern points. So yeah, like half like one like the roots that can trigger different stories is simply from him being concerned, and actually can be a good thing because I'm still writing like chapter 2. Technically I already got like more chapters than chapter 2 planned out, but I still gotta plan like the roots and the choices and stuff. But one of his like reassurance parts is actually like a safety bus. It's like it's like a safety bus because the main character can see dead people. Curiosity killed the cat. Marcus saved the cat. Okay. But I'm just chilling at this point. I'm just taking this moment just to plan a little bit more with you guys. And I did say that I wanted to add a plant on the shelf, and out of everything, why would I add a plant? Well, technically I wanted it to be a rose since the name of this is Rose Wreath, whatever. But the plant kind of represents it's kind of like a visual symbolic thing of how the player's doing in the story. It's like kind of like both like emotionally, or if they're near a trial, like a tough part of the story, of the rose may like wither more, or it's at a good part, the rose will be alive, seem more alive. So it's kind of like it's just like a little part of it. Rose. Wait a second. Do I already have a R? Yes, I do. Radio. That's okay. It's okay. I'm just make a little rose. That's not what a rose look like, but it's a rose. So I think, oops. See, I think that's what I got for the room, like planning wise. The bat, like everything else is like Easter eggs. I have not thought of like Easter eggs yet, but the placements will be like the Easter eggs would be in random drawers like this. I'm gonna just label it as East, like E. It also will under the bed to be an Easter egg. Kind of why there's pink here. Like the players like finding like random stuff, but I will put locks on it. So you don't unlock too soon. But like, so I won't unlock too soon. I think it's good. So instead of a classic menu that has the player's stuff, there's a whole bedroom for it. Okay. Let's see, what should I work on next? That technically there's a lot of things I should work on next. In a way, I got the theme just a little bit. I got the title screen sketch. I got the main menu hub. We can call all of this the main menu hub for the most part with the settings. Technically we got the pause menu. Let's see. What buttons? That's the next thing I should really focus on, buttons. Buttons. I do have a few ideas for buttons, but I could do buttons on my own time. Because would you guys even been interested with me just drawing boxes, trying to figure out a button design? But at the same time, I could work on the actual title right now. So Let me just save this. Open up a new file. What's the dimensions again? I forgot. I think it's like 19 something. Let me look at my notes. See, I was click Studio Paint remember my file dimensions. Like Procreate. Like so I don't have to keep putting in the same exact size because I use different sizes canvases depending on what thing. Like the canvases for the game is mainly going to be here it is. 1920 by 1080 screen. So 1920 wide, 1080 tall. That's general canvas size for this. Here it is. Maybe. What we maybe about? I hope I didn't miss nothing. Heck, I doubt I missed anything. You replying to what I said. I have no clue where that maybe came from. Oh yeah. I don't even have my avatar up. Don't ask me why. I just don't for no reason. Dang. Is it storming? Oh snap. Oh, another thing I wanted to add. Windows. Thank you, weather. It's always storming. It's either always sunny or it's always storming. But the window, I want this to view the weather outside because it's kind of just like the rose. It kind of like symbolizes is it a good day or is it a bad day or is it or if the players on us on like a tense scene, it might be cloudy or yeah, I have a lot of ideas for it for this room. Window weather equal scenes. I'm gonna do the same thing for the bathroom. See, and I'm gonna highlight it for myself. To window. Also, out of everything, drawing the rooms is the hardest because I don't draw rooms. Wait, why am I making a new box? I don't need a new box. Like, I just like find like the perspective for the room side. It hurt my brain trying to figure out, and it was just a rough sketch of it. Let me just look at this for a few seconds before. I'm trying to remember what design that was called. I think I wanted like rich squiggly something. Like I'm thinking. Half most of the time of me drawing just me thinking, oh, what the heck am I drawing? Dun, dun, dun. Because, of course, I know there's gonna be a rose in the middle of it, but I'm trying to remember with a squiggly design in the corners. Do, 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 do. Okay, we can think about the corners later. Even though I have been using Clip Studio Paint for a hot minute, I still do not know how to use the mirror tool. And I should have learned that, because honestly, the mirror tool will be very useful, and along with its straight lines. Well, technically I know where the straight lines are at. It's over here, but mirror tools on the other hand, let me just briefly search it up. Where is the mirror tool in Clip Studio? Also, I think the neighbors above me are also streamers. They always make random, or either streamers or content creators. They always make so much noise at random hours, especially at night. It took for a tiny run in, and the fact that we can kind of see like shadows of light dancing from like when like sometimes we pitch black outside, so even though they're above us, we can kind of see their shadows if we look out in the courtyard. But they be doing something. Okay, to access the ruler, in the left toolbar, tap the ruler button indicated on the triangle icon. Okay, where is the triangle icon? Is this a triangle icon? Yes, it is. It is a triangle icon. Select a symmetrical ruler, click on the subtool menu, and choose symmetrical ruler option. Okay, where is it? I found it. Ha ha! Aren't you proud? Okay, color palettes. Color palette. See, Rosewrath is kind of a little bit gothic, but also modern. So modern gothic. So let's see. Of course, the color red should be in there since rose. But there are purple roses. Let me not say purple roses when Stink Feet could still be in here. There are white roses and pink roses, but I guess I could go with the classic red